Alright, so I gave you a quick spoiler on how you can update your module, but let's take this further. Let's, for example, take a moment. I'm going to press Ctrl U so we can activate the multiply function right over here. Let's activate drag, increment and spread, and press OK. Let's click left link on the first corner. Let's click then the second corner, and let's simply copy everything until it fits perfectly. Okay, so in our typical floor plan, you can notice that everything has been completely spaced out. Well, we can say almost spaced out. For some reason, we got a small issue going on over here, which we can fix. Maybe we can select everything. Okay, and let's maybe offset this a little bit. Let's offset this to the thickness of the wall. Yeah, so I made a small mistake. If you notice, the first module was placed in the origin, but what we had to do is offset this a little bit. So we got a double thickness over here, and now everything fits perfectly. Okay, so yeah, we got multiple copies over here. Let's proceed now, and let's comment 3 different ways on how you can update your project. Let's say that for some reason you want a different layout over here. Let's say that we maybe delete the king size bed. Okay, let's go to objects. Let's activate the object tool over here. In loaded libraries, which I'm going to fix real quick for this file. And in loaded libraries, let's select, let's search for a bed, just a single bed. Okay, I'm just going to select maybe one of the most basic ones, press OK. And let's say we position our bed right over here. Okay, let's create one copy here. Let's maybe move this 0.90, maybe a little bit less. Let's see if we can modify this to 1.20. Now ArchiCAD looks a little bit more like Revit. We got the same guidelines in Revit. Okay, and let's create one extra copy, maybe something like this. Okay, so we get okay, it's not perfect, it's not the best solution, but it's looking decent enough. Okay, so let's say we create any copy, any change you want for your source project, for your module. Okay, so I already explained that the first way on how you can create a change is really simple. You simply overwrite the file that has been linked in your master project. Okay, so we simply select king size file and simply save this. Okay, press yes in the ground floor, and then in the ground floor on the typical floor plan, you simply proceed to save your master project. Okay, once you save your master project, we already commented that ArchiCAD automatically is going to detect that you have something outdated. Okay, and it's going to offer you the possibility to update your modules, which is one of the simplest, or pretty much the simplest and most direct way on how you can update this module. Okay, I'm going to cancel this so I can explain you the second way. Now, the second way would be, if you notice right over here, we still got the outdated linked file over here, which has a king size bed. Okay, but we want to update this. You simply select one of the modules. It can be whichever module you want. Right click it, and right over here you can notice we got a bunch of different options for managing hotlinks. You got hotlink selection settings. You can break the hotlinks. In other words, you can embed the elements. Something I want to comment in upcoming lessons. Also, you got hotlink module options right over here, which we are interested in. So let's right click right over here, hotlink modules, and right over here you can notice you get this option, update the module and all the related hotlinks. Okay, you also have the possibility of opening up the project as a separate instance in ArchiCAD, so you can edit this on your own. Okay, now let's proceed. Right click it, hotlink module, and update the module. Okay, let's give it a few seconds. Okay, so it's going to update everything. And now you can notice that, yeah, it's going to update this, but we still got the issue with the libraries. Let's see if we can maybe fix this real quick inside this folder. The reason is because this is a PLA type of file. What we have to do is simply we go into File, Libraries and Objects, Library Manager, and you can notice that we're missing our native ArchiCAD library. So just take a moment, add a file, and in your ArchiCAD installation folder, simply select ArchiCAD Library 28 right over here. You simply open this folder as a full folder and then simply press OK. So what's going to happen is that the objects we placed earlier in our module are also going to be linked as ArchiCAD object. Okay, so right over here you can notice that the 8 different modules we have placed have been completely updated. Now let's proceed with the third option. What I'm going to do for this case, so we can proceed with a more interesting structure, how about we create a copy of this room? So we got an individual room and we also got a copy which is the king size. Okay, let's simply proceed, File, Save As. Okay, I'm going to save this individual, double individual, something like that. Let's name it individual set. I think it's a better name, which is going to be room number 2. Okay, this is going to be a separate room. Okay, and then let's press Ctrl Z. If we can see, we can get the king size bed back right over here. And let's proceed and save this as a king size room over here. So we got 2 different separate files, one king size and individual set. Let's press save. It's going to save the file. And now how about the rest of the rooms right over here? We set them to be king size, and the row of rooms we got over here are going to be simply individual rooms. Okay, so let's proceed and let's link the second file, the second module. We are going to use the same process, File, External Content, place Hotlink. Okay, let's switch the model, because what's going to happen is that it's actually going to place the correct module, so never mind about that. But if for some reason it selects another type of file, you can also select another file over here.